everyone, so today's video is going to be about drugstore makeup, and I thought I'd share with you kind of a couple of drugstore hits and misses type of things that I've been enjoying and not enjoying so much lately. I've got more hits than misses. I've only got 4 misses, but they're not all necessarily new launches. Some are, some aren't, but they're things that kind of I've recently discovered and that I've been enjoying or not. So let's start with the things that I have been enjoying. We'll save the negative for last. Foundation. I have really been enjoying the L'Oreal True Match foundation. This is in the shade Creamy Beige, and it's a really nice foundation, really pretty on the skin, very liquidy, very natural looking. It is one that you have to kind of powder and it doesn't last that long on the skin, and because it's very liquidy I do find you have to buff it in quite well, but really been enjoying that, and I'm glad I tried it again with the reformulated formula. Then I've got a powder here, and this is something that, you know, I've used on and off for years. It's not an exciting product, but it's the Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and I've got it in the shade Silky Beige. Just looks like that. It's just a nice powder. It's not too powdery, keeps you matte enough. I use it with like a kind of duo fibre brush, and it just works really nicely. I really like it. Then I've got a bunch of cheap products here. The first one is this little Barry M contour kit. Now, I have actually only been using it for one specific thing, which is this shade right here, the highlight shade, which I use to set my under eye concealer, because if I don't set it, it creases really badly. These two shades are okay. I never use that one. That shade is nice for contour if I'm really tanned, but the highlight shade's really nice, and I have actually kind of created a bit of a dip in it. So I just use it to just set all my under eye concealer with, and it works nicely. Hate the packaging of it though. Then this is a recent purchase, and it's the Collection Blush and Glow little palette. Looks really cute, looks like it could be good for travel. I don't like the bronzer or the highlighter, but the two blushes are both really nice. I'm really impressed with these. I've used these a lot. I've reached for them most days. This one's matte. This one has a little bit of shimmer in, and this one I have just worn tons. Bronzer's just a little bit meh for me, and highlighter I'm not that fussed about anyway. It has to be quite kind of finely milled, kind of really glowy highlighter rather than a shimmery one, but I like this palette. And then another blush that I've got here is this one from Maybelline, and this is so funny because this arrived in the post and it took me ages to figure out how to open it. I was trying to slide it, I just couldn't figure it out for the life of me until I realised that you do this and it does that. I felt like such an idiot. But this is in the shade Pink Amber, and it's from their Face Studio line, and it looks like just a really kind of boring, unassuming shade, but it's just a really nice shade, especially like if you're wearing quite a bright lip like I've got on today. This would work really nicely on your cheeks. Just really pretty, almost like a kind of terracotta-y pink type of shade. I really liked it, and I have used it a lot since I've got it. Then I've got one last palette, and this is the Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour palette. Now, I only like a few shades from here, if I'm being honest. Not everything in here is for me, but great value if you want to get into contouring, really nice textures. I use this shade right here for contouring most days. Love that shade. This highlighter down here is beautiful as well. It's just like got a really kind of lovely sheen to it without being too shimmery, and I'll use the yellow shade to set my under eye concealer sometimes. Both bronzers I don't like. I find the tones of them a little bit funny, and I think that it's too small to get a big fat bronzer brush in there. It kind of gets a bit messy, but a really nice palette, great value for your money, and one of the kind of standout products I think from Makeup Revolution. Then I've got 2 mascaras here. They're both from Maybelline. It just so happens that one of them I bought, one of them Maybelline sent me a package. But this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational. I bought this because Miss Budget Beauty goes on and on about how amazing this is. And I know she always says that she has really short eyelashes. I do too, so I kind of trust her opinion on it. She tends to like the same mascaras as I do. It's what I'm wearing on my lashes today. Don't know how well you can kind of see my eyelashes, but it's really nice. Sorry, I'm gonna have to have a drink of water. Okay. So the brush looks like this. It's kind of plastic bristle brush, which I like, and it is tapered. so you can see it's kind of scooped almost. I really like this. One thing I do want to mention is it is a bitch to remove. If you find the Benefit mascara is hard to remove, this is not as hard as that, but similar. It's not waterproof, but it's just really difficult to remove. It works really nicely, but it's a little bit messy to apply, but it does last really, really well without smudging. Like, you don't get a single smudge with this, which I love, because my mascara does tend to smudge a little bit. And it gives nice definition, a little bit of length, not much volume. It's more a kind of defining mascara. This one, on the other hand, is the Falsies Push Up Drama. It is probably more of a dramatic one. The bristles on here are a little bit weird for me. I find that they're spaced just a little bit too far apart. So your lashes do stick together and it's a little bit clumpy. Sometimes I like that kind of clumpy look. Sometimes I don't. I know a lot of girls really, really love that clumpy look. And I can kind of see the attraction because it is quite striking, but it just kind of, to me, sometimes irritates me. I don't know. It's a really nice mascara. It's smudgy though. It's literally one of those that you put on and then it can kind of end up here if you've moved too much. It's a smudgy one, but it's nice. Not great for bottom lashes, but one that I have been enjoying a lot. If I've not been wearing any eye makeup, if I've had like quite a nude lid, to just have that lash definition, I think looks really pretty, so I do like that. And then I've got two lipsticks here from Maybelline. It just so happens that I've been trying a lot of Maybelline makeup recently. This one I bought and I said that it was a dupe for MAC's Mare lipstick, and it is Mauve Mania. This is such a good colour. It's like a nice sort of mauvey pink, really, really similar. I told you I was with a friend who was wearing that and it just was exactly the same. Really lovely, nice textures. They don't last very long though. I find they're quite a thin texture. And then this is part of their matte collection, which I must admit, most of the colours in this collection don't particularly appeal to me. I find they're not the most wearable colours, but this is Rose Rush, which is just this kind of very blue toned pink, which doesn't suit me at all. But what I do with this is I'll put a little bit on and then just kind of not swatch, like sort of blend it in, and it looks really pretty. It's that kind of 60s pouty lip, almost great with lip liner. And then this I have talked about. I've done a full review of these, I think. If I have, I'll put it down below. But it's the Revlon Ultra HD matte lip colours. Love these, love all of them, love the scent of them. This one smells gorgeous. It's just like marshmallows, and this is the shade Obsession, which is really, really good. I also like the pale pink shade, really, really, really pretty. I really recommend these. They're great. Great staying power, comfortable on the lips and everything. So those are all my kind of current drugstore loves. Now for some things I've tried recently that I've not been that impressed with. The first one is this palette from Sleek. And this is my fault. I should have known better, because this is always what puts me off them, and I bought it anyway and I don't like it. And it's the Sleek Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette. The contour's fine. The highlighter, like I said, I'm not fussed. I'm not overly keen on that type of highlighter anyway. But the blush, it is so shimmery with little pigment, but the shimmer is just... I mean, I can see how if you're on holiday and you were super tanned, it would look nice in the evening, but for daytime, it's just got so much gold shimmer in it, and you've just got this kind of like patchy, shimmery gold cheek. I find it looks really cheap. It just really, really didn't work for me, that blush. I took it away with me and I was literally like hating putting my blush on every day because I just didn't like how it looked. So yeah, not keen on that. Sorry, Sleek. Sleek's actually one of those brands that there's not many things from them that I do like. Then this I don't hate, but I just found it disappointing, and it's the L'Oreal Infallible mattifying primer. I love the foundation. I haven't actually tried it with the foundation yet, so I will do that. But every other foundation I've tried it with, I just find it's not that great at oil control, which it says that it is. A little bit kind of slippy, doesn't do much for your pores. It just doesn't really do much in terms of kind of keeping your makeup on. I didn't feel it was just not that great. Then I've also got this Rimmel Born This Way Brow Styling Gel. Now, to be fair, I did buy the wrong colour in this, so I'm not going to mention the colour. I bought medium brown and it's a little bit too warm for me. I mean, my eyebrows are black, like I've got such dark eyebrows that I can't put too much darkness in them because then it looks really scary, but I can't put anything warm in them because it just looks weird and completely off. But the brush of this, when are these brown mascara brands going to realise that what you need is a brush that's as small as the Benefit Gimme Brow? That's great, but it's just so expensive and it doesn't last very long. But I want something that's like that. I know the Essence one is similar in terms of the brush, but I find it a bit more messy. I just haven't found anything that's just as good. And this is just, it's too big. I mean, like, you brush it through and it kind of just, it's just too big, doesn't work. I don't like that at all, but I am going to give it to my sister because she has quite fair brows. She might like that. And might not be so picky. And then last but not least, the L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist. I find it funny that I don't like much from this range because I love the foundation from this range. But again, it's weird. You have to shake it so much, otherwise you get like a face full of white stuff and it looks like you've been doing something inconspicuous. I'm being really disgusting there, but that is what it looks like. And it doesn't extend your makeup, doesn't really help kind of make your skin look better or less powdery necessarily. It's just okay, it doesn't really do much. I'm starting to come to the realisation with fixing sprays that not many of them actually do. I really like the NYX one, so I might try that one again, but I don't know, I don't find that they do that much. But that is everything. Those are my drugstore hits and misses. I would love to know what yours are because I'm always in the drugstore. Like, I go to Boots at least once a week to have a look at new things and stuff like that. So I'd love to know what your recommendations are. If there are anything that's new that you think that I need to try, let me know. And if you've had any drugstore misses this month, then I would like to know that too. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.